Realizing a problem is the first step of solution. So this is something important. When someone is in depression, they should know and realize, actualize it first.
No, professionals are telling you, however much of sadness you're in, you're not depressed, because you've still not gone to them. You need a certificate for that. This happened in Bangalore city itself way back, many years ago. 50 years ago, maybe 47 years ago, I think. There was a boy that I knew. He was very scrawny like that, and suddenly he went into some kind of psychological disturbance. He lost his school, started yelling and shouting on the streets. Then the family took him to NIMHANS Institute, which is one of the premier institutions in Bangalore. I think he stayed there for maybe 6 weeks or so. Then he came out, he was quite normal, he was fine. Just that a month or two, he kind of lost his balance. Then when he came, all the boys of his age teasing him, "Hey, you're a nutcase. You were in the madhouse, weren't you? So you're a nutcase." All the time people are making fun of him. So one day he got fed up with this, and he pulled out a paper from his pocket and showed, "See, I have a certificate, I'm normal. Do you have one?" "I have a certificate from NIMHANS which says I'm normal now. You don't have one, right?" So, we must understand this, whether it's physical health or mental health, a large part of it is in our hands, a large part of it. Well, things like cardiac ailments, the variety of other things, people thought it's just God-given. Today, doctors are telling you, you don't have to come here, you just eat properly, get up in the morning and do some exercise or yoga or play a game or take a walk or do some damn thing. Don't just sit around. Yes? If you just move around, your ailment may go, that's what they're telling you. And how many people have walked out of their cardiac problems simply by doing few sensible things? And how many people have gone to the surgery table because they did not do those sensible things? Is it true or not? So any ailment is not an absolute. Yes, there are certain intrinsic aspects within us which may tend to push us in that direction. Maybe, congenitally, your genetics are such, maybe you are moving towards a cardiac problem, but you can also move away, hold yourself away from it. To a large extent, there are some things which are beyond us, that's different. But a whole lot of it is in our hands. Now, without taking what is in our hands into our hands, we are looking up or looking at the doctor all the time. Some are looking up, some are looking at the doctor. Those who look up will go there, those who look here will go here. United States of America, the most affluent country on the planet. See, why does an individual human being or a society look for affluence? At the initial stage, affluence simply means a choice of nourishment. That's what it means, I can eat what I want. At the next level of affluence, it's a choice of lifestyle. Now a country or a society which has an immense choice of nourishment and lifestyle, 70% of their population is on prescription medication. They're spending over $3 trillion on healthcare. People estimate by 2030, it could be close to $8 billion, their healthcare bill. Many people believe that this could sink the country, not a war, not some other tragedy, healthcare. And every other nation is going in that direction. Europeans have done a fantastic thing of reversing that process to some extent, really. Especially in some parts of Europe, people are much healthier than ever before simply because they're cycling, they're walking, they're doing things and they're eating sensibly. This culture is spreading in Europe. This culture was so much a part of our thing, but now we are all going the American way. And as a nation, we can never afford that kind of healthcare bill. Our economy itself is not $3 trillion yet. For 1.3 billion people, if you go for that kind of healthcare, we'll be finished in no time. First of all, we will never do it, okay? For this population, you are never going to provide that kind of thing. Here you have to see, or everywhere we have to see, especially in our country, we have to see how people can stay healthy, not how they can be treated for everything, isn't it? So this goes for physical ailment and for mental ailments. When it comes to mental ailments, there is right now a whole new subject evolving called neuroplasticity. You heard of neuroplasticity? You can rewire your brains completely. We have been saying this forever in the yogic systems. In 24 hours' time, we can rewire your brain completely so that you think differently, feel differently, act differently in a matter of 24 hours if you are willing to do something very intense and focused. Today they're telling you, just by cultivating a different kind of thought, by doing different kind of activity, you can change the very shape of your brain. The grey matter can increase and decrease in different areas of the brain simply by doing these things in a matter of days or weeks. We have shown this, that people who practice, like we have a simple 21-minute practice which is large, taught widespread, called Shambhavi. It's part of the inner engineering process. University of California made studies on this, and now they're saying that the neuronal regeneration in the brain is 241% higher than normal if you're doing this practice for over 3 months. Everybody could do with little more intelligence, isn't it? Because over 30 years of age, generally there is depletion of neuronal production. What is being depleted and what is being replaced is not equal. But now what is being replaced is higher than the depletion that's happening. So age need not take away your intelligence. When age happens, most people are managing by experience, not by intelligence. Youth below 18 years of age are far more intelligent naturally. Their problem is they don't have experience and information. Over 30 years of age, their intelligence is depleting normally, but they are managing with experience and exposure and stuff like that. But now there is proper studies showing that over 35–40 years of age, you can increase the neuronal regeneration in your brain. So when all this is there, when substantial science is saying this, some people going on saying, no, depression is not by choice, it is an absolute thing, once it happens, you have to come to me. I can understand the business concerns of that. But please, every human being should take absolute responsibility for their physical and mental health from an early age. It's very, very important. Otherwise, I'm telling you, life can throw googlies at you in such a way, just about any so-called normal person can be shattered. Things will happen. So now what will you do? When you fear that you may be shattered like this, what will you do? You will curtail your life. That should not happen. This is why I said, only when fear of suffering is totally taken away from you, when you are absolutely clear, my experience of life is determined by me and nobody else but me, then you will walk full stride. This must happen. Human beings must walk full stride. They should not be walking half steps. But with the fear of depression, sadness, misery, we will all end up walking half steps, isn't it? If you feel little depressed, what's the first thing you do? You curtail your life, isn't it? Isn't that the first thing you do? Don't curtail your life. This life must happen full on. It's a brief amount of time. In this time, there's no need to curtail. This must happen full on.